are going to discuss about syrups from the pharmaceutics. So we will see that what are syrups, then we will see types of syrups, then components of syrups, preparation of syrups, and aid of preparation of syrup. In today's lecture, we will cover first 3 points, that what are syrups, types of syrups, and components of syrups. So let's get started. Syrups. Syrups are the concentrated aqueous preparations. Why they are concentrated? Because we will use more and more solute. That is why it will become very thick and viscous. So due to increased amount of sugar, increased amount of sucrose, it will become concentrated. So we are explaining it, or we are defining it in that way. Syrups are concentrated aqueous preparation of a sugar or sugar substitute. Sugar substitutes includes we have sorbitol, we have propylene glycol, and then we have glycerine, we have maple. Okay, substitute with or without flavoring agents. Flavoring agents, for example, vanilla flavor or any orange flavor, mango flavor, banana flavor, pear flavor, and medicinal substances. It might be any antihistaminic. Okay, next we have types of syrups. So we have 3 types of syrups: simple syrup, medicated syrup, and non-medicated syrup. In simple syrup, we will have only sugar in water. In medicated syrups, there will be active constituents which will play an important role to change the pathology into physiology. And non-medicated syrups, obviously it includes chocolate syrup, cocoa syrup, orange syrups, etc. Simple syrups. A simple syrup contains only sucrose in pure water. Okay, and amount of sugar must be 85 gram in 100 ml of water, or I must say 85 grams of sucrose dissolved to in sufficient amount of water to make final volume equal to 100 ml. This is a definition according to USP. If we go and define according to the BP, we will say it 67.7 grams of sucrose must be dissolved in sufficient amount of water to attain whole volume equal to whole weight equal to 100 gram. Okay, saturated sugar solution without flavor or medicine. Then we have non-medicated syrups. Syrups which contains only flavors, sucrose, and water. These 3 things, no medicinal substances whatsoever. And these are actually the vehicle to get a medicinal syrup or the medicated syrup. Okay, first of all, we will have a simple syrup, then we will add flavors to it, and after this we will add the medicated part or any medicine to it to make it medicated syrup. Okay, then we have examples of non-medicated syrups. As I have told you before, cocoa syrup, which contains the flavor of vanilla, it may be a chocolate. Okay, then we have orange syrup. Obviously it will have the orange as a flavoring agent. Then we have raspberry. Okay, so we will use raspberry juice in it, about 48% by volume. We have some of the photos of syrups. Here you can see cocoa syrup, orange syrup, and raspberry syrup. Then we have medicated syrup. Syrups that contain therapeutic agents or that contain any medicine are the medicated agent, or the agent that can heal the ailment. Okay, next we have examples of medicated syrups. Mepridine HCl. Okay, Its commercial name is Progesic or the Progesic paracetamol, and its uses are paracetamol is present obviously, so it is an analgesic, also an antipyretic as well. You can see the product Progesic. We have anticholinergic, which includes diclomine, HCl, bentyl, and Excam or the Excam Scandi form. So bentyl is the product name or the brand name of the diclomine HCl, and it is used as an adjunctive therapy in treatment of the peptic ulcer. Then we have anticonvulsants, which include sodium valproate, and a commercial product is Dapkin syrup from the Abbott company, and it is also used as adjunctive therapy, but in simple complex absence seizure disorder. Then we have antiviral, amantadine, HCl, okay, and many examples like this. We have bronchodilators, albuterol sulfate. We have the hemostatic aminoaproic acid. We have some other acephal syrup, which contains diphenhydramine, HCl. Then we have components of syrup. Most syrups contain the following components. Most of the time we will have sugar in the form of sucrose or sorbitol, polyethylene glycol, maple, whatsoever it is. But it is a sugar or any sweetening agent. Nitrosweet can also be used. Antimicrobial preservative and flavorants. Then we have colorants. Also, many types of syrups also contain thickening agents, stabilizers, and solubilizing agents. Let me tell you one point here, that if flavors or the colorants are not fully soluble in water, then we will add alcohol in our syrup to get a very smooth type of preparation. Then we have to discuss sugar, sucrose, and non-sucrose based syrup. So its function is to mask the unwanted, unpleasant taste of drug. Okay, and it has also an impact on viscosity. It increases viscosity. So when it increases viscosity and also causes a sweetness, provides sweetness to the syrup, then what happens in case of viscosity, that when we have increased viscosity, there will be much time required by the drug to come down at the surface of the tongue and to stimulate the taste buds and to stimulate a nerve that will take the message from the taste buds to the gustatory center in the brain, and hence original taste of the drug will be masked due to increase in viscosity and also due to the sweetening impact of the sucrose or any other non-sucrose sugar. Flavoring agent, masking bitter taste, as I have told you before. So we have sucrose, dextrose, methyl cellulose, hydroxy ethyl cellulose, sorbitol, glycerine, and propylene glycol. These are the non-sugar parts: sorbitol, glycerine, and propylene glycol. We have another thing, maple. If a patient is diabetic, then we must not use sugars or sucrose, because most of the sugars will be converted into glucose, and we must keep ourselves and the diabetic patient safe from the glucose. So that is why we will use either non-sugars, which include sorbitol, glycerine, and propylene glycol, or maple. Maple is mostly preferred to use. Okay, then we have the concentration. Let me tell you about the concentration and overview. So 0.5 ml of water will dissolve 1 gram of sucrose, and according to the one of the formula, if we are trying to get 85% sucrose solution, then in case of syrups, then what will happen, that only 42.5 ml of water will be required to dissolve 85 grams of sugar. But in case of syrups, we will use 46.3 ml. The reason why is that extra amount of water, that is 3.8 ml, is the free amount or the free water. It will give a preservative impact as well. Okay, and if there is no free water, then what will happen, there will be crystallization of the sucrose. Okay, so we have to add extra amount of water, about 3.8. Extra amount of water must be 3.8 ml. Most syrups contain a high proportion of sucrose, usually 60 to 80%. As I told you before, 85% will be used, 67.7% will be used. And why we will use? In order to increase the viscosity, in order to mask the bitter taste of the drug, and also to stabilize, we will use extra amount of water. Aqueous sugar medium dilute sucrose has efficient nutrient medium for growth of microorganisms. So if we have more and more amount of sucrose, we are providing glucose, that is one of the component that is required by bacteria and other microbes to grow. So we are providing a perfect environment for the microbes to grow. We have to prevent the growth of microbes. So we will get enough amount of sucrose to dissolve it into the water, into the pure water, so that there is no growth of microorganisms. While concentrated sugar solutions are quite resistant to microbial growth because of unavailability of water, also have to use not too much quantity of water. Okay, that must be inside the limits. So concentrated sugar solution generally do not require any additional preservatives, but if we add preservative, then it's okay. And one more thing, preservatives must be preservatives and must not react with each other or with any colorant or any flavoring agent. In special cases like diabetes, we will replace the sucrose with other. Okay, so number one case is that sucrose substances, materials converted to glucose in the body, replaced by non-sugars, sorbitol, glycerin, propylene glycol, maple, etc. Now, non-glycogenetic substances such as methyl cellulose or hydroxyethyl cellulose (HEC), these can replace the sucrose. Okay. Now, some of the substances are not hydrolyzed into the blood stream and not absorbed. Rather, they are excreted as it is. So we have to take care of that thing as well. Okay, and the viscosity is much like that of the sucrose syrup, more artificial sweetness. So we have to replace the sugars according to the conditions of the patients. If patient is diabetic, we must not give sucrose to him or her. And if the patient is suffering from any GIT problem, then we must not use such sugars, such non-sucrose or sucrose sweeteners, which can cause a long stay in a GIT or which cannot be absorbed from the GIT. Then we have antihistamine syrups, chlorpheniramine maleate, glycerin syrup. In antihistamine syrup, we have chlorpheniramine maleate about 0.4 gram, glycerin 25 ml, syrup 83 ml, sorbitol solution 282 ml, and sodium benzoate 1 gram, alcohol 60 ml. Now, why are we using alcohol? Because in this case, coloring agents and flavoring agents are not enough soluble in water, in pure water. So that's why we will add alcohol to make a strong bond between coloring agent and flavoring agents with the pure water. So pure water will be 1000 ml and colors and flowers will be added in a sufficient quantity to mask the effect of the flavor of the drug and to mask the unpleasant color. Okay, then we have antimicrobial preservatives. The main antimicrobial preservative is benzoic acid. Okay, so the amount of preservative that is required to protect a syrup from the microbial growth varies with the proportion of water, varies with the amount of water available for the microbial growth. Why? Because if there is more amount of water, it will provide environment to the microbial growth, and microbes will grow there. There will be contamination, there will be deterioration of the syrup, and we have to discard the syrup. And if there is less amount of water, what will happen? There will be bacterial growth, there will be crystallization of the sucrose. So we have to adjust the concentrations at a specific point so that there is no change whatsoever in the quality of the stuff we have prepared. Then most commonly used preservatives are benzoic acid, sodium benzoate, methyl propyl butyl parabens, and alcohol. Okay, alcohol is also an antimicrobial preservative. Preservation. Syrups can be preserved at the low temperature, and adding preservatives, that is very important step, and by the maintenance of the high concentration of sucrose as a part of the formulation. According to the pharmacopoeia, that has whatever the concentration of sucrose or non-sucrose sweeteners is allowed by the pharmacopoeia, we have to follow that concentration. Okay, we have flavorants and volatile oils, mostly which contains orange oil. Then synthetic flavorants like vanilla, banana, peach, pear, some of the stuffs like that will be used as the flavoring agents. Apple. Okay, now what is the purpose? The purpose is to mask the unpleasant odor produced by the drug. Now sometimes sometimes alcohol, small amount of alcohol is added to make the flavorants affinitive towards the preparation we have made, towards the drug we have in our syrup. We have the colorants. Okay, we have special colors. We have special colors for special flavor. How? We will have dark yellow color for the orange flavor, for the mango flavor, and we will have brown or the chocolate color for cherry or strawberry syrup, and we will have vanilla flavor. For the vanilla flavor, we will have the green color. Okay, so colorants, obviously, to make the appearance of the syrup very nice to the patients, and it's known as the compliance of the patient. Means we have to satisfy the patient, our customer, and not the customer but the patient, I must say. To the pharmacist it's customer, but if our customer goes to the doctor, then it's patient. Okay, now the characteristics. The colorant is generally water soluble. If it is not water soluble, if it is sparingly water soluble, then we have to add alcohol in it, as I have told you before. It must be non-reactive with other components, or with the if we have one coloring agent and we have added flavoring agent as well, both of these must not react with each other. Okay, and colorants, flavorants, and preservatives and whole syrup must have enough range of pH so that it might survive for very long time. Okay, for 3 to 4 years. It must have the shelf life more than 2 years. Okay, and effect of light must be minimum on the coloring agents, because colorants are mostly sensitive to the effect of light. So we have to use such type of colorants which will mask or which will not be deteriorated by the impact of light. So then in the next lecture we will see the preparation of syrups. Thank you very much.